Hello, welcome everybody to race number 17, I think, of the NR2003 career mode here from our rookie season in 1998. We're going to go racing back where it all started just a couple of short months ago at Daytona. This time the stars of the Winston Cup Series will dance with the stars of the Florida night skies. That was kind of a Ken Squire thing to say, wasn't it? I mean, he would probably go like, you know, the stars of the Winston Cup Series return where it all started just a couple of short months ago to dance with the stars under the Florida night sky. That was my Ken Squire impression, which is probably very bad. Anyways, before we race the Pepsi 400, we have something very special. You've probably seen it in the title. The 1999 schedule for our career mode is on your screen right now, and I'm going to go through it. You can pause the video and have a look at it, but we're going to start the season as per with the Daytona 500, and we're going to Rockingham, Las Vegas. Richmond is back in the early spring. Darlington, Atlanta, Bristol, Martinsville, Talladega for the Die Hard 500. Nothing special at this point in time. Texas will be after the Talladega race. Will be run under the lights, the Prime Star 500, so a little later on in the season, but I think under the lights, some nice atmosphere there. Then we have the California 500 out there in Fontana, Coke 600. Then we're going to Loudon, New Hampshire, just after the Coke 600. Then we're staying with 300-mile race. It's the first new track, Gateway, St. Louis. The Pepsi 300 will happen under the lights at that track. Then we're going up to Dover to the first state in Delaware for the only race at that track. Sears Point and Daytona make up round 16 and 17. We're back at North Wilkesboro as well, probably under the lights. I haven't thought about that. Would probably be, since this is in the middle of the summer, out there in North Carolina for the first Union 400. So after a 2-year absence, Wilkesboro is back on the schedule. Pocono, Indianapolis, Michigan. Then we're going to race at Watkins Glen, the second of 2 road courses on the schedule. The Bristol Night Race, Darlington, the Southern 500 there. Richmond. Then we're going to some new tracks, so 2 new tracks at the end of the year for Nazareth Speedway. And the Milwaukee Mile will make its return to the Cup Series. Then we're going racing at Charlotte, Martinsville, Talladega, Rockingham, Phoenix, and the new venue, the only real-life new venue for the Pennzoil 400 at Homestead. We're going to close out the season with the 34th race, the Napa 500 out there at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. 513, yeah, I read that right, on the first qualifying lap here. 24th quick. Not too shabby. I actually don't remember where we qualified for the Daytona 500. I think it was somewhere around the mid-pack as well. I'm not sure anymore. We can also see Robbie Gordon is back in the 36 car for a second race before Ernie Irvan returns next time out at New Hampshire. He's got a top 10 at Sears Point, and MB2 Motorsports thought, you know what, as a reward we're going to keep you in for the next race as well. It's Robbie Gordon, who's been competing full-time in 1997, looking for a way back into NASCAR after his tenure with the Chip Ganassi Racing organization had ended. We don't really improve, only 35th now.
Drivers, start your engines!
Engines are fired. Point leader Mark Martin on pole position. Todd Bodine in the 35 car, the ISM car, on pole, on the front row, on the outside pole, so to speak. Rusty Walls, Hut Strickling, also a good qualifying effort for the Stabola brothers. Much needed. Motivational boost for that team, obviously, I think. Dale Jarrett, Robert Presley, good qualifying. Bobby Hamilton, Sterling Marlin, and Jeff Gordon, the championship chaser. Right now, second in points. 100 something back, I think 111. And Jeremy Mayfield in 10th. So we're rolling off here. Only 35th quick, as I said. Not the best of qualifying efforts, but it's a plate race. We can do this. Buckshot Jones is in the field, rumored to be one of the Busch drivers who'll be moving up next year to the Cup Series, along with Tony Stewart and maybe Elliott Sadler, who has been doing some R&D work for our team from Matei Motorsports, and who looks to be a prime candidate to replace me for in that ride next year, since I'm moving over to the Petties. Green flag is out. The Pepsi 400 of 1998 for the first time under the lights at Daytona is underway. Decent start here behind my fourth teammate, Lake Speed. That Melling Racing number 9. Good start here. We can see the outside line drop back. Todd Bodine drops to about 5th, 6th position there on that opening lap. Going all the way to the grass here. Slight bump to the 9 car. Staying behind him here. Staying behind these folks. Gotta be patient here. The outside line's falling apart there. Oh my god. They're 2-3 wide, but no line there formed. Just a couple of guys there trying to figure a way out, trying to go to the inside line. Seems like that line is the preferred one here. So we're going to the inside of the 9 car. Having a little bit of a short gear. Don't know if that's going to be a problem this race. As you can see, we've been hitting the ref limiter a couple of times. There's a 15 car of a Rich Bickle. But more engineering car. Outside pulls here, Todd Bodine way back in the pack. Robert Presley also dropped back there a little bit, who had a good qualifying effort. We're up in the top 30 at least now. I'm looking for checkups in these first 2-3 laps. Dale Earnhardt still looking for a win. Hasn't won a NASCAR Winston Cup race since March of 1996. 7-time Winston Cup champion. Out there back in the pack with me here. Up to 25th. We're moving. As long as we stay on the inside line, we should be good, I think. The lead pack here, who we've caught up with. All these folks there, 3 wide up ahead. They're so early in the go, and you can see it's only 24 laps this race. And I've been, when I realized it wasn't going to be that short, I've been toying around with the idea, and I think I'm going to do that. For 1999, we're going to run 20% race distance, not 15%. So we still have about 20-minute race episodes at the end of the day, but there's about 45 minutes to an hour of racing, depends on, you know, how many cautions we get and everything. There's that. Now behind the 9 car, don't see nobody moving in front, so I'm just gonna stay behind him. It's probably gonna be pit stops around lap 10, and then around lap 20, and then it's gonna be a 2, 3, 4 lap dash to the finish. So I think fuel mileage will definitely come into play, as there's still 3 wide ahead for the race lead. 6 laps in, we're up to the top 20 and 17th right now. Moving, chugging along, and also look at, there's Jeff Bodine in a 9 car, and there we have to check up. I was thinking we're going to have early in the run. Oh, Jeff Bodine in the wall, it seems like, with Mark Martin, the points leader. But no caution to keep it going. I was going to praise Jeff Bodine and TriStar Motorsports, who've been repeatedly making wonders with that T-Bird they're running. Mark Smith said that he thinks that T-Bird has some certain advantages over the Taurus. That's why they opted with their old cars from last year. At least the old body style. And they had a good run in California going, and had some good qualifying efforts, made some good runs with that car. Let's see if that team can pick up some sponsorship for 1999 and have Jeff Bodine give him a full and good campaign for next year. Pack's now kind of falling apart there. Now side by side with Wally Dahlin back in the 50 car. And look at who's up there as well. Robbie Gordon, 36 car. Finished 10th, I think, at Sears Point. Is now running up in the top 10 again. So Robbie, oh, check up. Robbie using that. Auditioning himself for a possible ride for 1999 maybe. Down to the inside there with Ricky Rudd, who I've crashed within the Daytona 500. We got Mark Martin behind me, pushing me along the points leader, looking for his first championship here. We're going to see some pit stops this lap or next lap. I don't know. Dale Earnhardt is the race leader at this point in time. No pit stops. We're definitely going to come in next time, I think. I don't know if I'm going to stay out one more lap or if I don't. I think I will, because most of the pack will probably pit on lap 10. And I don't want to have a wreck coming down the pit lane. Much rather have just 2, 3, 4 guys with me who I can draft with then coming out of pit lane, which is also working real well for me here. Also, Rich Bickle right now up there in the top 5 running that white car.
Filling up with fuel. Put in left side tires outside. Still there, door outside. You're clear.
First sets of pit stops. We're gonna stay out there with leg speed and these guys.
Put it on his ass.
Not gonna lead the lap. I was hoping for I could probably lead a lap.
Sit my man, put it on his ass.
We're gonna stay out there.
If you're ready to dive in here, if I tell you. Do it, man. You're the best around this fucking place. You can do it. Come on.
We're gonna get 2 tires,
Dig it.
and then yeah. On our merry way we go. Bringing the old number 7 down to pit lane. I've decided we're not going to go with any tires because they're still looking good, just fuel. And off we go. Hopefully we can make it to the end then. I think 2 cans should probably get us to the end. Leg speed already out.
Hard. Your road speed 55.
Went out there in second gear. That was not
Watch your speed. Watch
the
your
best
speed.
thing to do. Had a little slow getaway there, but we didn't stall the machine. Ooh, name it check. Gotta do some watching there. I'm gonna come out here in a Petty Enterprises sandwich.
Get out there, go.
Hopefully we can have that many more times next year with the 43, the 44, and the 46 cars then. There's Jimmy Spencer, who I think is the race leader at this point. I don't know. We still need to come down to pit lane one more time. This is going to be a fuel... This is probably going to be a fuel mileage race. I'm quite certain it's going to be.
You're clear.
We're clear, leaving John Andretti some room there to get up to the racetrack.
Outside.
We're now going to the inside of him. We got the most momentumums here. On lap 12, closing on halfway there. And we're in the lead pack, I think I am.
Out there.
Yes, we are. Don't have any drafting help, but we're in the running for the Pepsi 400 here. Oh, there's a lap car. Slowing this pack down. That is Todd Bodine in the 35. Don't know if he had a probably has had a problem. Oh yeah, there's some damage to his race car.
Clear high.
So you would probably have seen a replay of how that happened. But I haven't. So there's going to be me being surprised or what has happened before it happened. Or I'm going to show it after this one. After I tell you that there has been something happening. That's what happened when about the majority of the field came down to pit lane. You can see in the back of the pack there, it's just a little concertina effect where the 16 gets into the 98 of Greg Saxon, the 00 of Buckshot Jones, and then the 35 of Todd Bodine just refuses to use his brakes and damages the 98 and the 00 even further. And these two guys get together, but you can see the 16 of Ted Musgrave got the worst of it. So 4 cars definitely out of the running for this race. Struggling a little bit to catch up with these folks there. The car's not quickest on its own and trying to push them when I need to be pushed, I think. We only made that progress in the early running when we were all in the big pack and there were several cars behind me, so I think my car's more of a lead car than it is a push car, which is not ideal when you have nobody, behind you to lead you, to push you. And I have nobody behind me to lead. That way we're slowly creeping up to these guys. If they do some more battling and shuffling around, it's going to slow them down, obviously, and I think we can catch this draft again. We're now solid 7th. I mean, hey, I'll take a 4th top 10 in a row. And we can use that in our bid to creep closer to the points lead. We're now sitting 7th. And here are some things that have happened. Another close call here. You can see Bobby Hamilton losing an engine in front of a pack with Steve Grissom, Terry Labonte, and Chad Little. And going down to the inside of the racetrack. It has to go the whole way around. You can see him slow down, ever so slightly. So the Richmond race winner will not finish here today. And also another incident exiting pit lane I've just seen is Robbie Gordon and Bill Elliott getting together. Again, a case of not using their brakes. In that case, it was 100% Robbie there. So he's exiting with major damage to his race car. And as race ending for him, not going to get another top 10 for the NB2 crew. Yeah, we're just not closing in. We're hovering around, you know, the 190, 91 mile an hour speed mark, and they're just going a little faster in the pack, 193, 94. And that 2-3 mile an hour difference is really what's hurting us here. But they're through right now. That's when we close in. But you can see the top 3 now. Rusty Wallace, Jeremy Mayfield, and no, it's actually is it Mayfield? I don't know who that is. Is it Wallace or Mayfield? One of the Penske boys, Labonte and John Andretti pull away, as we're now at 5 to go. We're going to come in this lap, I think. I will definitely come in with this lead group. Don't know if that's the best decision. I think it is, though. Yeah, well, you know what? We're going to come in with... I'm going to come in whenever these folks come in.
No tires.
Half a can. Just going to add a little bit of grill tape, because then I can have just a little bit more speed down the straight and maybe catch up with them. So I think not all of them are pitting, but we're not going to change tires. Just grill tape and stuff. You know what? I'm coming now. Oh, that's a lockup. Don't want that, but okay.
Your road speed 55. 4,000 seconds.
Down the pit lane we come.
Put a little splash of fuel in it.
Little gas.
Go man, go man,
Okay,
go.
most of the pack is coming in.
Your road speed 55.
Don't want to get hit here by anybody. Might have been a bit slow there with the exit,
Watch your speed, watch your speed.
or maybe not. I don't know. I was just focused on the mile an hour thing. I was going at. I didn't focus on anyone who was on pit lane with me there, and I was focused on who's not to not get hit. So I don't know if we beat some guys out of pit lane or if we didn't. Rusty Wallace was the race leader when we came in, so I think I'm behind him now. He didn't take any tires. I don't see anybody ahead of me, so I think I'm in second now. That's what we want with 3 laps to go. Let's try to beat Wallace, and I think we might be then in a position to win this race if we can beat Rusty here. That's what we have to do, but I'll see how we're going to shuffle out. If this is now for the race win or not, because I think it is, but I might be wrong about that.
Inside.
Don't want to go around him on the outside, but I think I have to.
There.
Side by side with Wallace. Now let's see if this is for the lead or if it isn't.
Clear low.
Clear. Okay, we're just gonna push the heck out of Rusty and try to wait for the right moment to pass him. If this is indeed for the win, but I don't think it is. I'm not sure. We'll see. 2 laps to go. There was someone as the race leader on pit lane. Okay, there are now guys coming in. I don't think this is now for the lead anymore, because these are definitely ahead of us, these drivers. And again, I just don't have the speed at the end of this thing to really compete. I don't think I have. Maybe we need the lap car or someone to slow him down. Two to go. We're in 5th. There's someone with damage ahead of us. I don't know who that is. But you probably might have seen a replay of that as well. Okay, the white flag has been taken by some folk who could make it on with 1. Okay, the race leader is on pit lane. Now this is for the win. That is Greg Sachs in the 98 car, who has won this race in 1985, by the way. We're now in for the race win, but we're probably not going to catch the 3 cars ahead of us. But this is now, we're in 4th right now, net 4th. Let's see, can we do anything here? Run on Bobby Labonte. To his inside we go. Now we take the white flag. One more time around. We are in 5th. That driver out ahead there. That red car coming out of pit lane. I don't know who that is, but that is the race leader. I think that was Lake Speed even who gambled. But we can see he doesn't make it, and we just don't have the speed there at the end of the straightaway, at the end of the turn, to make a move. So I don't think we can win this race, but a 4th place, I think that's where we are in now. Or if there's a lap car, that's Robbie Gordon. Can we use him as a pick? Yes, we can. But we're not going to get there to Rusty Wallace. Checkered flag is in the air. I think Wallace is going to win it. Rusty has done it. And we finished 2nd. Bob Labani, Jeff Burton, Jeff Gordon, Wyatt Dallenbach.
Good job. Good job, guys. Good job.
If only Rusty had been held up by... if only Rusty had been held up as well. Rusty Wallace becomes only the third repeat winner of this year, and we come home 2nd, so close again to win, but 3rd straight top 5, 4th straight top 10. I'll take it. So top 10 results: Wallace, myself, Bob Labani, Jeff Burton, Jeff Gordon, man 2nd in points, Wyatt Dallenbach 6th place, Jimmy Spencer, John Andretti, Lake Speed gets a top 10 from Matt Gamble, Joe Nemechek rounds out the top 10. Points here, Martin only 20th. That was fun. Standing on top of his race car, Rusty Wallace, for the first time in his career, he even wins at a restrictor plate racetrack. And at the point standings, 54 separate Mark Martin from Jeff Gordon. Dale Jarrett is not quite within one race striking distance. Jeff Burton 4th, Jeremy Mayfield 5th, and we move up to 6th. So the past 4 weeks, we've climbed 1 spot each in points. Future teammate John Andretti is behind us in 7th. Rusty Wallace with his win up to 8th. Dale Earnhardt and Bobby Labonte round out the top 10. And that is the first half of this season completed. It's been up and down in the early part, but I think our first win of our career, even at Darlington, then kind of kickstarted this. We've been involved in some shenanigans, but we've shown speed every race from the beginning of the season. Not so much at some tracks, but I think most tracks, the majority of tracks, we've shown speed, and we've shown that we belong on the Winston Cup circuit. And even with that small team, we're currently working wonders. And I think with a you know, I guess higher up tiered team like Petty Enterprises, I think we can have a great run over them next season. But the second half of the season is up next here for us. 60 more races to go. We have quite an interesting chase for the championship. Jeff Gordon versus Mark Martin. Martin has been holding the points lead pretty much for most of the season. Gordon's been chasing him. They're quite equally matched, so I think that's going to be interesting to watch. And also where we can go. Maybe a 5th straight top 10 finish next time out at New Hampshire. We'll see. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like, subscribe. See you out next time. Up north. Have a good one. Goodbye.